What's up, everybody? Pete from the basement back again with another segment episode. It's about 6 degrees in the basement here, and that's why instead of my typical white t-shirt, I will be rocking my green polo sweater instead. And to further get my blood pumping, I will be having my cup of whiskey. That's right, I said cup, because I'm too lazy to wash the glass out in the sink. Relax, it's only Irish whiskey. It's not like it's Scotch. Anyway, before we get to this week's comics, I want to thank Craig T. Hornsby for writing in and telling us how much he likes the show and telling us about the books he picked up that we recommended to him. Among those, Secret Six, Chew, and my personal favorite, American Vampire. Craig also wanted to know what we use to catalog our comic books and keep track of our collection. And if you're a serious collector, you know that this is pretty much the most integral thing you could do. Because once you get up there in the numbers, I know my collection's at about 7,000. Ramon has probably built his entire house out of comic books, much like one of the Three Little Pigs would do if they were comic book collectors. So once you get up that high, you're going to start forgetting books. And keeping track of it in some sort of list is probably the best thing you can do. When I was a kid, I used to keep all my stuff, and I would write it down in a notebook. And then I ran out of pages in a notebook, and I discovered Microsoft Excel, and that's pretty much the easiest thing you could do if you're not interested in spending any kind of money. An Excel spreadsheet will do you. I used to have my first column was the title character of the book, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Superman, whatever. The second column was the title of the book itself, whether that was Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Tangled Web, Tales of Suspense, etc., and it would be filed under the main character. The next column over was the number, and the fourth column, which was always like a varying kind of thing. It was, you know, I would write if it was part 1 or part 17 of some random story, if it was a variant cover, signed and by whom, if it was CGC graded, if it was a second printing or something like that, or any combination thereof. And the final column was for publishers. And one more column, where it would be found in alphabetical order in my comic book boxes. That is important. Where the fuck can you find this book? For example, Amazing Spider-Man, I'm just going to throw this number out there. I think it was annual 23, if my memory serves me correctly. That is not going to be found in my Amazing Spider-Man collection. That is going to be found filed under A for Atlantis Attacks. I'm pretty sure it was 23. And there were several others that, you know, cross over. There was Avengers and X-Men created a Blood Ties storyline that crossed over between a couple of those issues. That is found under B. So you see how, you know, I kind of do things there. There are a number of programs out there that you can download if you want to spend a little money, and you can use them on your computer. You can also use a couple of them on your portable phone, your iPhone, BlackBerry, whatever. And this is really what Craig was looking at. He gave me a quick list. ComicCollectorLive.com has a program. CollectorZ.com, which we actually featured on the basement a little over a year or so ago. And ComicBase.com, all of which feature various programs basically of the same ilk that you can keep track of your comic books. They all have built-in databases of covers and information about them, who wrote them, who drew them, who appears in them, etc., etc. Prices vary. I'm familiar with Collector Z. It's the only program I've used. I found it pretty easy to use. I'm very averse to change. Most technology kind of scares me, so I don't even have a smartphone, Craig, to go about answering your question as far as which ones are good for which mobile devices. I'm sorry, but please, by all means, there are definitely a lot more people out there who want to know the answer to that. So write us back. Let us know which program you finally settled on. I believe you said it was Comic Collectors, Collector Z, but let us know which one you're using and how it is with mobile devices. And you mentioned a barcode scanner as well, which for any new comics, that's going to be pretty easy to, you know, catalog in. You just scan in the barcode right there. But for older ones, that's, you know, you're going to have to actually put them in manually. But guys, this is actually a really interesting discussion, and I'd like to go further into it. So please, by all means, write to us, questions@petesbasement.com, or start a thread on Facebook. You know how to find us. We're pretty much everywhere these days. and title it How I Collect. And tell us how you keep track of your collection, whether you just use an Excel spreadsheet, use a typewriter, a pencil and paper, or do you use one of these various programs that I mentioned here, or do you have another one that you use that we don't even know about? Because I'm sure, you know, a lot of people, this is like reviewing any random product on like Amazon. People will want to know about this, and we'll probably want to find the best one and the easiest one to use, the easiest one to learn. You know, like I said, I don't like technology, I don't like change, so this is something I'd like to know. I want something that's fucking easy to use. I don't want to have to rack my brain around a difficult to learn interface. So let's move on. This week's books real quick. Amazing Spider-Man 654 concludes the Alistair Smythe storyline. There's a surprise death at the end of this issue. I'm not going to tell you who. But most important about this issue is we finally see the new Venom. And of course, as we mentioned last week, that is, in fact, Flash Thompson. Venom Rebirth has this kind of the ends justify the means, shadow conspiracy, Black Ops general dude who's in charge, and he contacts Flash Thompson and says, hey, do you want to be a hero again? And, you know, the thing that they let him know right off the bat is you can only wear this suit 20 times before the suit has a really serious danger of taking control of you mentally and permanently bonding to you, and then it's really going to kill you. So you can enjoy the use of some legs and being a superhero, living out your dream 20 times while you go on these weird Black Ops missions. He wants to call himself Spider-Man. Sighting makes a good point. There's two Captain Americas. There's, I want to read it. Who did he say there was? There's two Captain Americas. There's two, I think, Iron Mans, he said. What did he say? I'm Spider-Man. Ah, that's right. Why can't I be Spider-Man? There's two Hulks. There's two Caps. Well, terrorists aren't afraid of Spider-Man. They're afraid of Venom, though. So, Flash is going to go out and fight some terrorists as Venom. And what they don't tell him is that he's the second person to wear the symbiote since Matt Gargan gave it up and became the Scorpion. That first person, the suit accidentally permanently bonded to, drove him nuts, and the suit killed him. So let's hope that doesn't happen to our good buddy Flash here. The problem is that Dan Slott has done a really good job with Spider-Man Big Time, and he's not writing the new Venom story from what I hear. From what I hear, it's Remiander who's responsible for the Frankencastle debacle, and I got little to no faith in that. So I guess on the plus side, I'll be easy to please. I'm going into this with absolutely the lowest of low expectations. Heroes for Hire 3. Speaking of fucking uninteresting. I understand certain comic books need filler every now and then. You need to advance the plot line. This book did neither. There was hardly any action. You saw Moon Knight taking on a Velociraptor, and you saw Paladin trying to investigate where Misty Knight could possibly be by doing absolutely nothing. He went and investigated everybody but Misty Knight. Went and investigated all of her friends. Danny Rand, Luke Cage, and some other broad I've never seen before. Not a good way to this issue. This series is still kind of starting off. It's only issue 3. So as far as I'm concerned, you swung and missed at this one. Better luck issue 4. And I hope you can pull this fucking story around, because nothing happened in this one. And don't let that happen again, or I'm dropping it before the story's out. Onslaught Unleashed, issue 104, starring Nomad. Now, Nomad in this issue, in the 616 universe, is the Bucky from the Heroes Reborn universe. Remember when Onslaught first arrived and he was Marvel's big badass, and the Hulk, after Jean Grey turned off Bruce Banner, and the Hulk went nuts and beat the shit out of Onslaught and cracked his armor, and that tore open a hole in the space-time continuum, and the Avengers and Thor and Captain America and the Fantastic Four and the Hulk all got sucked in to that other universe that was drawn almost exclusively by Rob Liefeld. Yeah. Well, this is the fallout from that, and what I don't like, I like the concept of Onslaught. I always did. Fucking Professor Xavier mind wipes Magneto, and the Magneto's own psyche forces Professor X to go nuts and creates this being of psionic energy called Onslaught. That's a cool story. It just wasn't done right. And ever since then, the twice after that, that Onslaught has appeared, which there's a little rundown of all you need to know about Onslaught in the back of this issue. My problem is they're turning a really cool character into a bitch. Now they've got 4 issues to beat one of the baddest motherfuckers to ever come across the Marvel Universe, and it's up to the Secret Avengers and the Young Allies to do it. Are you kidding me? Onslaught kicked everybody's ass. He threw the Juggernaut from fucking Vancouver to Jersey. Are you kidding me? And Captain America and the Beast and Firestar are going to take this guy on? No. And it shouldn't be that way, but that's how it's going to be, and it's going to be stupid. Onslaught is now contained within the body of Nomad because she's from his universe, or the universe that was created within him, or whatever the fuck the case may be. And they're just taking a cool character and making him shit. They made him shit to begin with, just because of how the fucking series ended. They could have ended that way better, and it would have been a cool character. Fuck, man, I really want to like Onslaught, and I can't because Marvel's not doing it right. Next up, we have Wolverine 5.1. This is supposed to be the jump on point for Wolverine fans. Couldn't have been any less interesting. Basically, we have Wolverine taking on 2 idiot cannibals, the Crawford brothers or something like that, Buford and Boyd Crowley. What the fuck was it? It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Wolverine's girlfriend's going to throw him a surprise birthday party, and there's all of his superhero buddies there, and Wolverine doesn't make it to the party because he's busy saving a truck driver from these cannibals. And right at the end, Wolverine decides, well, I've killed enough of people, let me not go to my girlfriend's house with blood on my hands, and he doesn't kill these assholes who have been eating children and making guns out of bones that shoot teeth. You fucking kidding me? These are the people you decide not to stab in the eye? Fucking stupid. It's written by the same guy writing Ultimate Captain America. I rest my case. And right at the end, the Hand comes and offers these 2 fat assholes a job. They're probably going to kill them, bring them back to life, and turn them into man-eating ninjas. That couldn't sound any more stupid than if it fucking... I don't know how. I don't even have an analogy for that. That's so how bad that was. There is a slight amount of humor in this issue, and it all centers around Deadpool's cameo. He throws up on the Thing. It was pretty funny. Other than that, there's this. I was hoping for a good reason to get back into Wolverine, and I didn't find it. I didn't find it at all. Something that surprisingly did interest me, for the most part, Wolverine issue 1000. Is this really Wolverine 1000? I don't know. Because every other big-ass issue like this, Marvel has given us proof in the back. Every cover, they didn't do that with Wolverine 900. They didn't do it with Wolverine 1000. Normally, it takes a good 5 or so years or more to actually get a comic book from 100 to its next 100 point. And that's with bi-monthly sales and, you know, other issues here and there and whatnot. It probably is Wolverine 1000. I'm not going to lie. There's so many fucking Wolverine issues running around. It probably is. If you like werewolves, Wolverine takes on werewolves twice in this. This is a collection of 5 different stories. There's 2 werewolf stories. There's 2 war stories that are kind of cool. And then there's a really cool human interest story with a little girl that looks up to Wolverine because she gets picked on, I guess, for being a mutant or whatever. And she sits down and just has a talk with Wolverine in a diner. And that was actually the best story in this whole book. I'm not saying that because that was the only one, that was the less shittiest one, but it was actually a good story. I like human interest stories. I like things that are slightly heartwarming because, believe it or not, somewhere in this icy fucking hellhole realm, I do have a heart, and there it was. That story warmed it just a little bit. Overall, if you're hard up for a decent Wolverine story, I'd say pick this book up. Otherwise, you don't have to. Am I going to jump on the next Wolverine book? Am I going to get 6 or 5, whatever the fuck next issue is going to be? I can't promise I will. Maybe I'll flip through it at the comic shop and I'll keep you guys posted. I wouldn't mind being able to read a decent Wolverine book. I sure as hell ain't buying any books starring his son, that's for sure. Flash number 9, The Road to Flashpoint, Prelude. This was a good book. The artwork is fantastic. It's an interesting storyline so far. We see the elongated kid dead at the age of 90. And the elongated kid is about 16, but for some reason he's about 90 years old and he's dead in this. And, you know, this guy, this weird dude running around on his Flash-like motorcycle comes out of the time stream, and then, you know, the kid's dead. Does this have anything to, one have anything to do with the other? We don't know yet. It's only the first issue, but it's off to a good start. It's a cool cover, one of DC's anniversary little white covers here. I like the Flash, I really do. I like where Jeff Johns is taking it, and I'm definitely going to stick around and see what Flashpoint is. It seems to be, it's gearing up to be one of the major events for DC in 2011. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But honestly, I think you could definitely do a lot worse than to pick up the first story arc of the new Flash book with where Flash takes on the Renegades and the Rogues. The Renegades are the versions of the Rogues from the 25th century or 35th century, whatever it is, and yeah, it was definitely just a good story. Surprise interest for me this past week was Charismagic number 0. Let me give you a quick rundown of this. Basically, this is from Aspen Comics. So this is Michael Turner's crew. There is real magic in the world. There's demons, there's monsters, think Hellboy kind of stuff. And right now there is an evil wizard that is set to escape from some dark, dismal realm, think Voldemort. And the only hope for saving humanity is this herb of a fucking Las Vegas magician. He is the last hope for humanity. I am not doing this nearly enough justice. This is issue 0. It was actually a really interesting story. They've got a lot of inner stuff. We don't know who this woman is, but she appears to be some sort of Gryphon type of thing. She's talking to these two demons who know that this wizard is going to bring about the end of the world. So they're like, well, fuck it. I'm tired of looking like a human, living in a human world. I'm going to go raise some hell. So they just turn into demons and walk out of a fucking diner. You see the waitress, like, she's standing there with the burgers, like... So it was actually pretty cool. They've got some cool monsters that they give you like a little bio of at the end. They give you a whole rundown of what these creatures are, what kind of creatures you might find in this place called the Void. And they talk about this evil wizard, and they talk about this other jerk-off, Hank the Magnificent. It's probably supposed to be stupid. It's supposed to be stupid. I'm going to stick around, actually. I like finding interesting books that start off from the beginning. I've been enjoying the Stan Lee books from Boom Studios, and I look forward to stuff that can just give me something that is not wrapped in a whole bunch of continuity, something I can start out with that's interesting. Not everything I start out, you know, proves interesting, but so far so good. This is actually the first title I'm reading from Aspen. Our other good buddy, Cheeseburger Pete, was really big on Soulfire and Fathom and a couple of other books from Aspen. So I'm wondering actually if he picked this up. I have to ask him. But I'll let you guys know the next issue should be out sometime around March. I will keep you guys posted on this, but you can do a lot worse than spend the $2 and pick up Charismagic number 0. I can definitely tell you that much. I'm going to end this off with Star Trek Infestation. Zombies done right. I'm 3 issues in, and I'm fucking happy as a pig in shit. It jumps right in. Kirk and the gang are going to this, lone planet where Dr. McCoy is getting some kind of award by these people, and all the people are zombies. They're zombies already. You don't have to deal with everybody's there, and then the portal opens, and oh my god, there's zombies coming out of the portal, and a whole bunch of bullshit plot that has already been developed. That's the thing I like most about this, and what IDW is doing with this series is they're not reiterating the fucking plot for every different section, every different set of characters. We know the zombies are going through portals, and invading other realms. Let's move on from there. I'm really happy to see that we can skip that part. If this were Marvel or DC, you know that shit would not be happening. You know we have to get every fucking character's opinion on, oh my god, if there's zombies coming through the portal, or what are we going to do about it? Well, how are we going to close that portal? Oh no, they're eating people. Maybe we can't close the portal. We're going to have to deal with the zombies now. Fuck you. Let's just deal with the fucking zombies. I am really so happy to be liking Infestation. I remember when Jenny first sent me the preliminary covers to this, and I'm like, and now I'm like, ah. So you see the difference? Marvel DC events. Ah, our first IDW major event. Done well. So here's to you guys. Here's to Mrs. Robinson. And let's see what the rest of the boys got cooked up for you this week. And Craig, I do want to add that I, like you, am very curious to see how Ramon keeps track of all of his books and the massive amounts of shit that he buys each and every week. So hopefully he'll talk about that.
Okay, so we're filming another segment episode because we can't really blame Adam. You know, Pete had this whole idea of, Valentine's weekend theme thing, and it was kind of cute, and hearts all over the place, and we were gonna have like girls on the show and everything like that. But he didn't let us know that he had a little midget, just as Cupid, and the midget pointed a bow and arrow at Adam, and it was like foam. We can't legally enter the basement for a while, and Adam won't be on the show for like 3 to 5, depending on his behavior. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. So, segments. First up, we have Aspen, Charismagic issue 0. This is interesting, but it's not that interesting. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm pretty sure Cheeseburger will probably like it a lot more. He's an avid Aspen fan. Their art is usually gorgeous, and there's in this too. The story is interesting. I love magic and the way that so far they're approaching it, but something about it. It's like it's nothing new or even in a fresh approach. So, Batgirl 18 was a good book, a standalone, and it involved Carrion. I forget his name. Jesus Christ, I forget his name. Some magical doohickey guy, and it was a cute episode, really cute. Segment, issue? Yeah, that's what it was. Issue. Anyways, I'm a fan of Batgirl, and I would recommend this one. It's a nice, sweet little issue. Can't go wrong. Batman and Robin number 20. Okay, I hate the new Robin. I don't know if you know that, but I hate him. Hate him. But it was done pretty well here, and it's an interesting book. It's the beginning of a new story arc, and I enjoyed this book. I really did. I wouldn't say it's book of the week, but it was a damn good one. Birds of Prey number 9. This is leading to the whole death of Oracle thing, which is not something I'm really caring about much. I'm pretty sure she's going to lead to her not dying, but her appearing to be dead, at least to the calculator, who's constantly pursuing her hard. And again, I don't really care for it. Don't. I like Oracle being out there, somewhat more visible, but what I would probably consider the book of the week, and again, I'm skimming through my books, making sure I am correct, and I do believe I am, is Cinderella, Fables of Forever, from Vertigo, number 1. Now, this is her second miniseries. I forgot what the first one was. It was out a while ago. I think I reviewed it, and I loved it. And this is just as good, just as sweet. The whole Vertigo hit another home run with the Fables books, and I'm picking up Fables via trade. I picked up Cinderella, the first mini. I'm picking up this one, loving it, book of the week, and I recommend the whole series. I haven't tried their Jack book, but once I get too involved in the whole universe, I usually get appalled by the damn series. Say the truth. Too many Avengers books, can't stand them now. I just do one. Too many X-Men books. Anyways, let's not even talk about Marvel. So this is her. She's a secret agent for the Fables town in New York, the American Fables, if you will. And she's out in Russia, pursuing the Russian Fables, seeing what they're up to, how strong and powerful they are, what are the plans and influences in their part of the world. And it turns out, I'm not gonna tell you. Pick up the damn book. It's a damn good book. Vertigo, 299, #1. It came out. I highly recommend it. Highly. Flash #9. The Road to Flashpoint. You don't know how I feel about time travel. I do. The only time I like time travel is I could go back in time and mess around with certain women. Marilyn Monroe. Okay, I'm just thinking about Marilyn Monroe now, so I can't even think of nobody else's names. Raquel Welch, younger Raquel Welch. She's still look good for her age, but you know, nah, ain't gonna happen. Anyways, just I don't. Flashpoint is something I'm not looking forward to, and time travel is something I do not care for. So yeah. A close contender for Book of the Week was Green Lantern Emerald Warriors. Say that 5 times fast. #7. Great action, great fighting. It was just good. The story proceeded and it left it more open, and it was just good. Damn good. Damn good. My personal favorite, Northlanders, #37, The Siege of Paris. Beginning of a new series, new story arc, sorry. And I don't think you can go wrong with this series. I love it. This is called The Siege of Paris, #1. And if you want to see French people get their asses whooped, hey, by Vikings no less. Norsemen, you know, Viking-ish people. Rebels 25 is what I feel an underappreciated series. 25 was fantastic. Lobo's in it, and I've always been iffy about Lobo. But ever since he got his red ring and he wears it like on a chain around his neck, and he joins the Rebels and whatnot, it's just been wonderful. And Starro's back, even though he was back like an issue or so ago. I think I reviewed it. It was just really good. I like it. I enjoyed it, and I recommend it. I really do. Red Robin #20. I like Red Robin. I hate Robin. I like Red Robin. Red Robin. Yeah, you saw that coming, didn't you? Anyways, in this one he's fighting Catman. Yes, from Secret 6. And I was surprised, but it was good. And in this one, regular Robin's in it, and the Teen Titans, and they all hate him. They all hate Robin. I'm not alone in my hate. It is good when you have company and you hate. Anyways, good book. Okay, Vertigo's book, The Unwritten, #22. This isn't as bad as House of Mystery, but it's really not friendly for jumping on. It's really all over the place, and I don't recommend this issue #22. I'll let you know when. Okay. Dynamite Warlord of Mars, #4. Again, I picked up the Scott Campbell cover because half-naked women drawn by Scott Campbell are usually nice. Weird hips, but usually nice. And this introduced Deja Torres. That's, I'm sure I pronounced your name right. Who, if you know anything about fantasy, is like the pin-up model for fantasy and the character from way back in the day that constantly keeps being brought back to life. And she's gonna get her own issue series, mini-series, I believe, from Dynamite. And I'm looking forward to that. This book is good. This book is moving at a decent pace. It's finally building up. It's good. It's a good read. Can't go wrong. I really don't. I mean, $3.99. I don't know how I feel about $3.99, but it's cool. Haunts #13, $1.99. You know, because the book couldn't get any better, right? They gave me $1.99. You see the smile? You see the smile? This is a jumping on point, and I implore all the fans to get on this. $1.99 is jump on friendly. Mostly, obviously, you missed freaking 12 issues already, But get the rest in trade and just jump on. We have Marvel. I'm iffy on Marvel. But here we go. I picked up Heroes for Hire #3. It's good. Besides the fact it's $2.99, it really is a good book. It showed Iron Fist in this in fantastic form. Jesus, I missed the Iron Fist book. But that just reminds me why Marvel's been pissing me off lately. But anyways, he's here, and there's obviously some background story there between him and Misty and the whole issue there, which I am not fully aware of because I don't know where the hell that shit fell apart at. But it's a good book, and I like the way they're using Paladin to lift him up as a better character. Even Moon Knight, even though Moon Knight's on Secret Avengers, they're using him fantastically here. Incognito #3. I love Brubaker, I really do, and him and Sean Phillips are a really good team. But I'm still iffy in the series. I think I gotta wait till the whole thing's over and get an overall feel for it. But this issue left me wanting. Ultimate Captain America #2. I don't care for it. It's like Ultimate. It's like Captain America meets the Punisher, and no. Spider-Man #153. Whoa. This feels kind of like they're wrapping Spider-Man universe up, especially the introduction of the Zodiac key, which is weird to introduce so much power like that, and to have Wilson Fisk like hide it and be such a punk about it, and the cover's uber misleading, and it's a lot of hype, and I'm just curious to see where this all leads to. X Factor #215, probably my favorite X book. Yes, X Factor. Who would have thought, right? It is well written. It is well drawn. The characters are delicious. Now that sounds uber gay, but they're just freaking intriguing like nobody's business. They really are, and I highly recommend this book. It's jump on friendly for the most part, and again, this is issue 215. Even though, anyways, get it, enjoy it. You'll laugh. You make oohs and ahs and all that stuff. It's a good book. Not book of the week, but again, Cinderella. That's it. Hopefully, the police will release the basement to us, and we'll be able to do our thing next week. Not much coming out next week that I can remember off the top of my head. Small week, but that just gives us more time to scream and rant and rave about probably boobies. I haven't said boobies in a while. Boobies.
Hey, so segments again. Hold on a second. Who is it? Holy shit. That's right. Ah, son of a... Oh. What? Why ain't you wearing any socks?
I'm not sure. Does it matter?
I guess not.
You know, with the whole Ramon thing and Pete, they disappeared. I'm confused. Lex think I know I'm here. You know what? I'm sorry I bothered you. Go do your segment. You have anything to drink?
Help yourself. Go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'll see you later. I'll let myself out. All right, thanks.
So segments. I meant to pick up the Ultimate Spider-Man beginning of the end, I guess, when they kill him off. I accidentally picked up something else instead of that, and I'm gonna have to go out and get it again. But I'm not sure why I did this. I wasn't like under any hallucinations or mind control or anything when I bought Wolverine 1000. I bought it knowing I probably wasn't gonna like it. he's not even up to 1,000. It's not like it's a landmark issue. It's a bullshit issue. But I just bought it, and the art is really bad. Really bad. I mean, there's some art that's not too bad. Rick Spears, I think, did some of it. Mike Ryan. That's not too bad. But like the beginning here, oh. Well, I'm gonna do one of these numbers. Yeah, how do you like that? Widowmaker 404. I like Black Widow, but okay, Spidey. The Scorpion story of Matt Gargan. Ended really good, I think. There's a possibility that that he lost his Spidey sense, but that's not gonna take. That's gonna come back. But I thought it ended very well. And the artwork is great. I love the artwork, especially this shot here of Jameson holding his wife, who's dead. Whoops, sorry. Don't worry, we'll put the cheese in there somewhere. And you have Spidey there, like right behind him in the rain. It's a really good shot. The second story was Rebirth, which is Venom. And it's Flash Thompson, as everyone guessed. And it's supposed to be some sort of military thing, and they're testing out to see whether the powers of the symbiote can be used without it taking over the host and, running wild. Yeah. I guess it's a cool idea. The only thing I don't like is that he's basically Spider-Man. The whole thing behind Venom is that, number one, it's usually a bad guy who's being possessed by him, or someone who's easily influenced into badness. And he's kind of uncontrollable, and that's not... If you're going to be able to control the powers of Venom for good, then who wants to read that? Maybe they can make it interesting, but he's basically Spider-Man. And even Flash Thompson's like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man, woo! And he's like, no, you're not, you're Venom. I don't know. I'm not really... We'll see. I like Heroes for Hire, number 3. It's a nice little story. I'm liking it a lot. Really good artwork. There's the next thing that the Heroes for Hire need to figure out is that there's a mob boss and he's bringing in women and dinosaurs from Savage Land to use for prostitution. Well, is it prostitution? Yeah, prostitution. And the dinosaurs are being used for prostitution. They're being used for basically cockfighting, I guess, with dinosaurs. And it's really cool. I think it's a good book. I like it. I didn't think I'd like it, but I like it. I wasn't a big fan of the original Heroes for Hire, but I'm gonna keep reading it. Artwork is great. Look at that artwork. Woo! That's great artwork. And I'm not being sarcastic. I picked up... I didn't read it yet, but I'll hopefully try to read them by the time we get back in the basement. Zero Girl by Sam Keith. I don't know. Just picked it up. By Wildstorm. That just shows you how old these are. And I just wanted to review quickly Savage Dragon Baptism of Fire. I read it. I like it. There's some social commentary that I can do without. But other than that, I mean, it's a good story. Great artwork. I love Eric Larson. I've said that 1,000 times. It's a classic hero story. The super freaks are what they, are. What is it? Vicious Circle. There's this, group of supervillains basically tormenting Chicago. Well, the whole country, and I'm assuming the whole world, but this focuses on Chicago and the Chicago Police Department. And Mighty Man, I think is the character's name. He's recently is killed by this group, and they need a superhero that the people of the city need this a hero now to help them against these super freaks. And then they find the Savage Dragon. He has no memory of his past. He is what he is. He's just this. He's got these super strength. And he looks like a green dragon. So, it's a good story. You can tell. Maybe I'm being biased, but I said 1,000 times, Eric Larsen's run on Spider-Man, like right after McFarlane. The whole Sinister Six storyline in the original Spider-Man in the early '90s, and you could tell, because he wrote this himself, and you could tell he loves Spider-Man because he has a character here named Arachnid, and they even reference Spider-Man in quotations, and he has his own webbing just like Spidey does. There's a lot of very Spider-Man looking either characters or references. Even where is it? There's this character that he saves, and she comes looking for him because she wants to repay him. Oh boy. I can't find it, but the character looks like the spitting image of Mary Jane Watson. Spitting image. If I didn't know better, I thought I'd be reading a Spider-Man story. But I also have. I'm gonna start reading Identity Crisis now by Eric Larsen. Like I said, there's some social commentary that it's not my favorite aspect of a comic book. But other than that, there's it's a good book, and I'm gonna start picking up the other ones. So that's it. And we'll see you next time.
Glad I got that out first. Alright, here we go. Third time's a charm. Today is apparently not my day for segments. First I spent 15 to 20 minutes talking to a camera that was off, and then the battery went dead. So fucking A, man. I'm just gonna start Amazing Spider-Man again, Ultimate Spider-Man. Got a burp now.
1 second. Yeah, this door's only so thick. Thank you. I don't live alone. Shut up. Anyways, continue. Boobies. 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 Boobies.